Where's the 5 fingers? Say to the face! Slap!
Before I get started, I'd like to kindly ask that you hit the like button, as well as leave a comment, and please subscribe to the channel for more content just like this.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
There was a time in my life when I would never dream of missing an Oscars telecast, being the film lover that I am. That's why I'm so disgusted with the current state of this once prestigious award show. Because I can't even bring myself to get excited about watching it. And let's be real, no one is excited about watching this show anymore.
That's right, it stinks!
And that's the Academy's fault for allowing outside forces to make a mockery of things. The Oscars are no longer about awarding good filmmaking. In fact, they're about everything but that, it seems. Honestly, is anyone going to remember who won awards last night in 3 years from now? Or even a year from now? Hell, it's a day after, and what is everyone talking about? Will Smith and Chris Rock. That should tell you everything you need to know right there. And I will get to that incident myself in a moment. But does anyone else realize how sad it is that that is the only thing that everyone is talking about?
That makes sense.
The Oscars last night was the very definition of a clown show. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't watch the whole thing, I couldn't even bring myself to do it. But the cumulative 30 minutes or so that I did watch was complete cringe. And if the Academy does not see that they are catering to the wrong people and that is why the ratings are in the toilet, then I can't help them. In that 30 minutes or so, I heard mention of the male to female pay gap. I heard suicide statistics from the LGBTQ community. And of course, they mentioned Ukraine as well. And that's just what I saw. Who the fuck knows what I actually missed? And honestly, I don't care enough to find out. Oh, and let's not forget, because I heard this while watching as well, this was the second year in a row that a female won Best Director. Imagine being one of those 2 female directors, and you're constantly hearing shit like this, and you start to wonder to yourself, did I win this award based on my work, or did I win it because I'm a woman? It's gotta be a kick in the tits if they do in fact wonder about the legitimacy of these awards.
Tits. Whew.
But maybe they don't and they're just happy to have whatever they can get. And then we have what is the equivalent of the Oscars Appreciation Trophy, that being the most cheerable moment in a film, and of course fan favorite film, both of which were won by Zack Snyder films, that being the Snyder Cut and Army of the Dead respectively. Now I consider myself a Restore the Snyderverse supporter, and I do think it's kind of hilarious that Kevin Feige was the driving force behind getting these awards created, and his Marvel films went home empty-handed.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
And they lost to Snyder films on top of that. That's really got a sting for the stands. But you know what else? I really don't think this is anything to be proud of either. And that's not a shot at the fans who went out and voted. Clearly there is a strong fan base who will always support everything Zack Snyder is involved with. The problem is that it's a bullshit award anyway, so who gives a shit?
I don't care!
It was invented to bring more casual eyes to the Oscars, which I don't even believe that it's going to do. Not to mention it further delegitimizes the awards that real film comic book movies, like The Dark Knight or Joker, actually won legitimately. Albeit for acting, but they were at least in the conversation and they deserve to be so.
Get what you fucking deserve!
Stop trying to force mainstream movies into an award show where they don't belong. Black Panther. Excuse me. And then we come to the biggest moment of the night, the slap heard round the world, where beta male Will Smith was forced by his wife to slap, yes slap, not punch, Chris Rock for telling a joke that she was offended by. Because we're in a world now where words hurt too much, I guess. And it's not like every other comedian who has ever attended the Oscars doesn't do the exact same thing. Part of going to the Oscars is you might get roasted if you're in the audience.
Had you ever heard of the healing power of laughter?
When you look at the big picture, you're rich and famous, so I think you'll be alright. Do you ever get the impression that these people take themselves a bit too seriously? Or maybe it's just Will Smith, because he's the only one who's ever gotten up out of his seat to go assault someone who told a joke. Will Smith went up on that stage with something to prove last night, because he knows his own wife has made him look like a complete fool in the public eye for the past few years. Talking about his bedroom habits and God knows what else, making the man cry in interviews. Oh, and by the way, where was this energy from Will during the whole entanglement controversy? And this is the woman that everyone is proud of Will for defending?
But you one crazy ass bitch!
And I don't want to hear about the whole medical condition thing. Chris Rock's joke is mild at best. In fact, I would think it's almost a compliment to compare someone's wife to G.I. Jane. A strong, beautiful woman. What's not to like? Not to mention, maybe Chris didn't even know that she had some kind of condition. Did anyone ever think of that? It doesn't really matter, because the point is that if people get upset about jokes these days, it most likely means that they're soft.
S-O-F capital T. Soft. Huh?
It's one thing to defend your wife's honor, it's another thing altogether to make a complete fool of yourself on national television. Because you want everyone to look at you like you're tough. We know the truth though, Will. I honestly have much more respect for Chris Rock, who took that slap and then continued on about his business like a professional. The fucking guy was literally doing his job and then got slapped in the face for it, and no one came to his defense. Oh, but it gets better, because just a few minutes later, Will Smith won the Oscar for Best Actor. To thunderous applause, by the way. Talk about a lack of consequences for your actions. And then he has some BS lines in his speech about being a vessel for love.
I'm gonna go pick a fight.
It sounds like Will Smith is either 1, bipolar, or 2, just needs some kind of mental help. Or perhaps it's just time for him to get out of Hollywood. Dave Chappelle himself has talked in length about how Hollywood can chew people up and spit them out. And I truly believe that is what has happened to Will Smith, a man that I once respected. And look what he is now, an emotional wreck with a toxic wife. I know some won't agree with this take and will try to portray Will as being a man. He wasn't being a man last night. He was compensating for his shortcomings and insecurities, instilled in him by his own goddamn wife, and that's the truth.
Man, I'm tired of being right.
This moment and everything leading up to it and everything after it made the Oscars last night look like the biggest joke in television history. I feel bad for the filmmakers of the future who are going to have their films overlooked and overshadowed in favor of grandstanding, virtue signaling, and bullshit stunts like this. It's starting to feel more and more like the age of great filmmaking is truly dead. And honestly, I think we have the Academy to thank for that. So let me know what you thought about all this in the comments down below. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time right here on Real Shift. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Y'all be cool. Right on.